Thoughts and Friends podcast. We've got a special edition. 4 people on the show. All the Bobby fans out there, we are sorry. It's boys' night, baby. We are doing a draft joined by Wes. You all know Wes. Jacob, part-time contributor to the show. And new to the show, friend, father of one, Parker Day. Everyone clap it up for him.
Clap it up, bring it in. Yeah, we got a full house. Although Bobbie is coming into her own in the draft game, we're gonna go to, I wouldn't say experts, but we're drafting fucking baseball tonight, boys.
MLB all-time draft. It should be a pretty long one. It's going to be pretty extensive, so we want to get to it pretty quick. Ground rules real fast. We will be drafting a 9-man lineup with a designated hitter, 5 starting pitchers, and 1 relief pitcher each. Snake draft. I think that kind of covers it.
Jump into it. We'll talk positional stuff as they go, and it's outfield is 1 position, so there's no left field, center field, right field, all 1 position, and then we'll talk like infield position stuff as it comes up, but it shouldn't really be much of a problem, hopefully.
Parker, Jacob, how are you guys feeling before we get into this?
I'm just don't want to blow it, you know? That's about it.
I hope you do.
Jacob, you had 2 straight drafts on the 2 episodes you filled in. You lost both times. Do you think you have something to prove? Do you have a chip on your shoulder? Or are you looking to, show the people what kind of drafter you really are?
I'm looking to be the comeback kid here.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna choke up a little bit and just try to battle the plate.
I think maybe get the players on, get the kids involved, maybe get them juicing the polls, get the kids out, maybe have them listen if you're into that. I know that's kind of weird for teachers and such, but
I'll just try to keep my mouth appropriate.
True. Let's keep it clean out here. No bush league.
Parker, are you anticipating a meteoric Albert Pujols-esque rookie debut on your first draft and first podcast?
No expectations on this side. I could just, do this and never show up again. So
that's true.
Got nothing to lose.
Any goals? Just beat Jacob.
That doesn't feel good enough. No offense, Jacob. Doesn't feel good enough. Too many years of fantasy football with this guy. I'm going for at least second place. Runner up.
I got to be the underdog. I feel like I got to be the fourth coming in.
Fair enough.
We are
going to we're going to randomize our names and then choose draft slots. So,
whoops, not that.
Let's do it. Oh yeah, that's a nice little segue there for those watching on YouTube. We will have, in honor of the new rules in baseball, there's going to be a pitch clock. We're not going to be fucking around.
I'm going to be running the clock, so if you see that it gets fucked up, no, you didn't. It didn't happen. I didn't mess it up. It was fine, and everything went good. Okay, let's spin this thing. Whoever this lands on will choose their draft slot. Wes, pressure's on you. Where would you like to pick from?
I'll take the first overall pick.
He's going number 1, folks. All right. Here we go. Sneak draft, just to remind everybody. Parker Day, where will you be picking from?
Give me 4. Give me 4.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. All right. Here we go. Brody and Jacob, last 2 on the wheel.
It's a tight one.
Jacob.
If you are listening audio only, we do have very nice graphics. Brody's doing a great job producing this. We're going to have our teams updated as we go. Get over and watch it on the YouTube. Jacob?
After we draft, we're gonna break, reconvene, and do our lineups with our complete teams. Jacob, where would you like to pick from? Second or third?
I'm gonna try third.
Jacob's gonna go third, and that puts me in
the 2 hole.
All right. Well, let's pet this kitty. Let's hold on. Let me produce the shit out of this shit. You're on the clock, Wes.
Okay. It might surprise Brody. He knows where I stand on this. But
I know.
Number 1 pick. There's no player other than Barry Bonds. That's the number 1 pick in this draft.
Barry Bonds.
Say what you want. I have some takes on his Hall of Fame candidacy, his legitimacy for all the records. Doesn't matter in this draft. Number 1 pick.
I think that's a pretty good selection. I think some people are going to be mad, and I think those people have a big dump in their pants. Anyone have any Barry Bonds takes? Strong. What?
We're not part of the Hall of Fame. I think that's a no-brainer.
True. That's great. That's a very good take.
Honestly, should even be eligible to be drafted. I think there's a question to be asked. All right. I am on the board now. I would have maybe taken Barry Bonds as my first pick, or the person I'm going to take here. I'm going to take Willie Mays with my first pick. Best 5-tool player in the history of the game by my opinion. Probably best defensive center fielder of all time. I think he has 600 home runs. Not a lot not to like from Willie Mays. All right.
Heard of him.
I guess how much do we want to talk about these picks? Because there's going to be a lot, but also
it doesn't have to, especially I don't know. I did consider picking second to take whoever you didn't take, but Barry Bonds had a lot of home runs and a lot of steals and a lot of walks and hits and all that. So I went with Bonds. Considered it.
Okay. All right. Jacob, on the board, on the clock. What do you think here?
I'm gonna be a homie here. I'm gonna take Pujols.
Albert Pujols. The first baseman off the board.
Possibly greatest right-handed hitter of all time. Gold Glover. That's what I'm going with.
Those who don't know, all 4 of us in this draft, all Cardinals fans. All 4 of us.
We'll see how that affects our drafts. See how that affects our picks. Although I would make an argument, you could make a team of all Cardinals and not end up with that bad of a team, if we're being totally honest.
True.
Okay. A little early for first baseman for me, but first baseman's a bit of it's not as deep a position as some of these others also. So
in your head, I think you think first base, like, oh, there's a million of those guys. There's only a couple that are the very, very top tier. So it's fine. Don't hate it.
I struggled with first baseman, if I'm being honest. Like,
I think there's
top echelon. Yeah.
I think Jacob, he's really going to force our hand now with taking him that early. It's because I think we all know there's a second guy, and then there's a bit of a drop off. I think at first, Parker, you're on the clock. You got back-to-back picks.
Yeah, I'm going to start with Henry Hank Aaron, also stat stuffer guy.
Hey, show respect,
man.
755
Henry Aaron.
He is one of the guys on this list that when I look at his baseball reference, I'm like, God damn, that motherfucker is crazy. He's like top 5 in hits, second in home runs, first in RBIs.
For all the
absolute freak
RBIs,
show.
Yeah.
240 in stolen bases. I mean,
yeah,
it's a
somehow like underrated, even though he's he's Hank Aaron.
Yeah, 25-time All-Star too. That's
25.
They used to have like 2 a year, so that's all fucked. Because I know Stan Musial's the same way. He's got like a bunch too, but they used to do like 2 of them a year, I guess.
Well, that was Stan was he was in the military, right? Was he in World War II?
He was something. A lot of those guys were, and he still had like 20 All-Star games or something. All right, Parker. Second pick.
And I felt a little forced, like you said, with Jacob, so I'm going Lou Gehrig.
Ooh, okay. Well, all right. Lou Gehrig. Got a couple real sluggers with your first 2 picks. Heart of the lineup's going to be looking real nice.
Yeah.
All right. How should I do this clock? Should we save time to talk about it? Should I just reset it as soon as the pick gets made?
I don't
really
know.
hasn't been a problem so far.
I don't think it's going to be. I don't think
we're going to keep it real
right
cash, and if you're hyperfixating it while you're watching, you're like, what the fuck? Why is it not started? It's like, shut the fuck up. I don't care. All right, Jacob. Who are we thinking next? Albert Pujols with your first pick.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Mickey Mantle.
The Mick.
Pretty good pick. Switch hitter. Good defense. Slugger. That's probably who I was going to take, actually. So I may need to think about this a little bit. All-time stick man also. Guy had a lot of sex, did a lot of drinking. So
yeah.
That's good for the clubhouse vibes.
He likes to party.
He does like to party. Huh. Well, shit. I have taken Willie Mays, and now I am going to take... Okay. I'm going to go... We talked about this in the group chat earlier. I'm going to go shortstop, and I'm going to go A-Rod with my second pick. Well, I guess we'll see. We'll see what I get at third base. I could still put him at third, but my second pick, regardless, is going to be Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah, that's really the main one. Like one of the all-time like top 10 or 15, 20 players that like really split completely their career, like between two positions. I probably would have taken A-Rod. I thought I was in a pretty good spot there with what would be left, what I wanted afterwards.
I think people forget that he got suspended for steroids so many times, like just being hired by ESPN to do all these games and stuff. And it's just
he really tried to repair that image.
He did a great job doing.
I kind of like him.
He's a good broadcaster, I think.
Best pure hitter of all time, Ted Williams.
I about took him.
I felt good getting either him or A-Rod there. Now, I have a bit of a decision here. I don't really want to get all three of my outfielders right now.
Do.
Timer's running, Wes.
Yeah.
Timer's running, Wes. We're ticking down.
I hear you. I feel good about that position. I'm going to break the seal.
Ooh.
Don't do it.
I'm going to break the seal. It might be a bit of a surprise. It might be the first curveball.
I'm interested.
Don't do it.
Not pitcher.
Jason Isringhausen.
I'm going to take Joe Morgan, second baseman.
Ooh, second base. Okay.
Positional scarcity. I think he's the best second baseman of all time.
Wow.
He thinks he's the best second baseman of all time, folks.
That second base position, it gets ugly quick.
It's a little light. It's a little light. Oh, man. Am I going to have to break the seal on one of these ancient, old-timey motherfuckers? Am I going to have to be the one to do it?
Someone do it, please.
Babe Ruth, put him on the board. Third round, I think it's good value. I think first round's a little early. But
Wow.
I mean, third round?
Wow. How can you look into that camera and take Babe Ruth with all the shit you talk about him?
I do talk shit about him. But I'm saying all these other guys ahead of him are the guys that I would say. But, where he's at, it's all about draft value. Guy's got 700 home runs.
Yeah.
Was he hitting against fucking carpenters and plumbers? Sure. But the other guys were too. They weren't hitting 700. All right. Jacob Keeker,
I think shame on you after that pick. Shame.
Nah, it's going to look sick on the graphic, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to play well.
Ruth. Damn. Also, I needed a lefty. I took two righties. I needed a lefty.
I have only lefties.
I am going to break the pitching seal. I'm going to take Bob Gibson.
Gibson, first pitcher off the board. I was interested to see who the first pitcher taken was.
Wow.
I mean, still has the ERA record, adjusted the pitching mound. Dude, do not crowd the plate. Anthony Rizzo would have been – Bob Gibson would have been his worst nightmare.
Yeah, it would have.
Wow.
Parker.
First pitcher. Okay.
Back picks.
Again, we're all Cardinals fans.
I was interested to see when that would happen. I was thinking around third or fourth round would have been about the time, but
this feels like too easy of a pick, and Cardinals fan, so Stan the Man Musial.
Ooh,
thrown out there. I mean,
where is he playing?
So I am actually leaning towards DH there. With Stan the Man.
Yeah, I think he's valid. You can put him at first, outfield, or DH if you so choose. So whatever.
We'll see how it comes to you.
Yeah, it could change. We'll see how the draft goes, but I'm leaning DH right now. A lot of good outfielders still available. Probably a lot of good DHs available in theory. But I will also crack the seal on a new position. I feel like this guy all over the place in batting and defense, which I love. Ivan Rodriguez, catcher.
Pudge, first catcher off the board.
I mean,
wow.
I looked at his stats. It's incredible. Is he not the best catcher of all time?
I don't think so.
He is top 2 or 3, I would say.
Yeah,
I don't
certainly no lower than 3rd, I think. I would say he's not the best all time, though.
All right. Maybe a bad pick by me, but I love it.
Well, there's maybe an argument for it. I don't know. Maybe
sure, he has an argument, but in my opinion, he's not. All right, Jacob, you're back up, right?
Yeah. Let me see here. Let me check my list. Gotta go to the old spreadsheet, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Obviously, for sure.
I'm going to go old here, and I'm going to go second base as well. I'm going to go Rogers.
Old?
Another bird, Rogers Hornsby.
I think that's a good pick. I think when I looked at the stats, I thought he was the best second baseman. I understand.
Yeah, but he played in 1910
when he played. Yeah, but I mean, his stats are still so much better. Like my thing is like you take like a bump, even if you take out that bump of where he played, he's still kind of dominant. I think that's not a bad pick with the 4th round. Arguably the best second baseman.
Definitely
pretty good
not.
look. Okay, I am up next. Ted Williams, you took him, right, Wes?
Yeah.
Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays, they're all gone. Hank Aaron, Barry Bonds, they're gone. All right. I think I know what I'm going to do here. Oh, wait. What have I taken? I've taken Willie Mays, A-Rod, and Babe Ruth. Greatest leadoff hitter to ever live, Ricky Henderson. Put him on the board. Greatest base stealer of all time. Greatest on-base percentage other than Barry Bonds of all time. We're going to be on base. We're going to be running. And he's going to be scoring a lot of runs for this team. I'm taking Ricky.
Interesting.
One of the best to ever do it.
Yeah, very, very good.
An absolute fucking weapon. All right, you're up with back-to-back picks, Wes.
Yeah. I'm gonna let that one go there, I think. I'm gonna go.
There's so many good baseball players.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
They've been playing baseball for a long time. A lot of people have played it to this point.
All right. I want to get another. I'm going to go. So, shortstop, I'm going to go. I'll go Cal Ripken Jr.
Cal, the Iron Man. People say he only just showed up. He wouldn't even be that good if he just didn't play all those games in a row.
Yeah.
Just counting
and
stats.
Then, I'm going to fill my last outfield spot. And I got a lot of left.
You got a lot of lefties. Don't take him, Wes. But he's going to play on the graphic. You know he will.
I'm going to go with the kid. Give me the kid.
Yeah. Man, whenever I take all lefty starting pitchers, you're going to be in a whole world of hurt. Matchups are going to be pitiful for you. Okay. Just to make sure, you want junior and not senior?
Yeah, let's clarify.
Yes, just the kid.
The kid, Ken Griffey Jr. Got it.
Oh, hold on. Let me refresh that. I had you taking senior there.
Okay.
Not senior.
Okay, I'm between two guys. I think one of these guys, well, technically it wouldn't be breaking the seal in one of these positions. I'm going to go Mike Schmidt. Throw him at the hot corner. Best third baseman of all time, probably. Absolute legend. I think he has the most gold gloves at third base all time as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think
tied. Well, yeah.
Tied?
Well, he only has 10, so
I'm not sure.
And then Arenado has 10 officially.
Arenado had 8.
No, he's at 10.
I thought he was at 10.
He's got
Okay.
one every year.
Regardless, he's got a lot of
Same.
them. He hit a lot of tanks.
Mike Schmidt. I considered him instead of a shortstop there. I just thought shortstop gets pretty icky, and third base is pretty deep to me. I thought about Schmidt, but I think there's a lot of really, really good third basemen that are all kind of the same to me. But he is probably the best.
Sure.
Yeah.
Who's up? Jacob's up again?
Yeah. I'm gonna go.
Do we think we're going too fast? I think we could do this slower. What do you guys think? We already have like 6 picks. I guess we have pitchers too to take.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean,
whatever.
I'm trying to talk a little bit on him.
Yeah.
15 rounds.
I'm gonna get real wild here. I'm gonna go Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Ryan, second pitcher off the board.
He's locking up the pitchers.
Is he taking the best pitchers though? I mean, sure, maybe.
There's I don't know.
I'll tell you what.
It's so hard to parse.
I'll tell you what. If your staff gets in a bar fight, you're going to beat the fuck out of the other team.
Yeah.
Bob Gibson and Nolan Ryan would kick ass in a bar fight.
And it's because Mickey. You know it.
Yeah, Mickey fucks someone.
He's just laughing in the corner. Will Rogers Hornsby allow black players on his team? People are asking.
It is gonna be close. Yeah, as long as he stays in the bullpen.
I think the Cardinal Red is gonna bring them together.
Yeah, for the good of the team.
Yep.
Well, Nolan Ryan still throws 90. He throws harder than Adam Wainwright still.
Yeah, he pumps still probably.
But
I believe that. Not for 100 pitches anymore, but I think he could throw like 90 still right now. Once. Just blow it out.
Yeah.
Him and Tommy, give me each a month.
One of these days, that'll be a Thoughts and Friends exclusive documentary series of that guy trying to throw 90 miles an hour. Oh, no one has more rational confidence than that guy. I tell you what.
Yeah, we love him for it.
Drop a comment. Do you think some random guy that didn't really even pitch in high school baseball could develop a 90-mile-an-hour fastball at age 30?
He batted ninth, played right field for a 1A baseball team.
Dude, you just got to train. You just got to train a bit.
Yeah.
If there was
the genetics are just
guys, he's strong.
Big Tom could throw 90, I bet.
If there's one guy to do in our friend group, it would be between Tommy and Jacob for sure to throw 90.
I certainly cannot.
What if you train Bryn to throw a baseball? You get the big frame. Didn't he play baseball?
Yeah.
That'd be funny if he's just like, yeah, guys, I actually can throw 90. I just never thought I'd bring it up. Just didn't think it was relevant.
That's a good point.
All right, Parker, you got back-to-back picks, right? Is that what's happening?
I sure do. I'm gonna attack these left-handed hitters of Wes's, and I'm gonna go with Big Randy Johnson.
The unit.
Randy, the big unit. I think he would have been my first pitcher taken. I think.
Not me, but
would have been in the discussion.
2 or 3. Yeah.
Top guy on my board as a starting pitcher.
Yeah.
I fought with myself on who was better between a few pitchers, like from somewhat of our lifetime. I'm going to also go with another pitcher.
Whoa.
Back to back.
And just get a couple,
come on the train
at the top. I'm going to go with 7-time Cy Young Award winner Roger Clemens.
Clemens.
That's probably who I would have taken first, maybe.
Yeah, I think he's probably. I guess the steroids thing kind of.
Fuck it, I got Bonds. I don't care.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's just
the old
some people voting are fucking losers. All right, Jacob, you're up again. You are back on the clock.
Damn, the pitchers are ripping off the board.
They're evaporating quickly. But there's a lot of them, so that's nice.
True.
I'm gonna go another pitcher. I really like.
Wow.
I'm gonna go Pedro Martinez.
Damn.
Pedro, good stuff. He was a good pitcher. I think maybe
my favorite Oslo kid
in his prime, maybe the most unhittable pitcher ever. I think definitely has an argument for that.
Yeah, he fucked up the Cardinals in the World Series once. That was bad.
Didn't have as long of a prime as some of these other guys, but in his prime, as unhittable as it's ever been.
Yeah, I still watch occasionally. I don't remember what game it was, but he faced the Yankees once on the Red Sox and struck out like 18 Yankees. That fucking ruled.
There's obviously that clip of him in the All-Star game where it's like Roberto Alomar, Sammy Sosa,
McGwire.
Mark McGuire
Yeah.
strikes them all out back to back to back on
Yeah,
like
very
10
cool.
pitches.
I was going to
Just
say it was like
blows
10
them
or 12
away.
pitches too. It was stupid.
All right,
Yeah,
well, you're
very
forcing
cool.
my hand. And I'm going to take a guy who I also think has an argument for.
I think I know who you're
I don't
gonna
think he
take.
gets brought up as the best
Pitcher?
pitcher of all time, but I think he has a great argument. And certainly a great argument, best pitcher of the 21st century. I'm taking Greg Maddux.
I
The
know.
guy's
Yeah.
incredible. You dig into his numbers, most Gold Gloves ever for any position, which I guess at pitcher doesn't matter that much. But
How many
I think you could make an argument. He's, one of the best, if not the best pitcher of all time.
He won every year he was in the league. It seemed like he won a Gold Glove. He always there's a good
18-time
highlight.
Gold Glover.
There's a highlight reel of him making like diving plays off the mound.
Yeah.
That's it. It would have been Clemens, Maddux, and Randy Johnson probably for me in my top three. I would say.
Those are the three I
Ooh, or
fought with myself.
Bob Gibson, maybe Bob Gibson too in that.
Greg Maddux is one of those dudes too, where you're more like
Top
when you
five.
see him in a grocery store, you're just like, oh, he's an accountant.
Oh,
Have you guys seen that video
Yes.
of him? He dresses up as like a cameraman, and Chris
Yes.
Bryant thinks he's
Chris
at a commercial shoot, and he like pitches him live ABs. He's like, "What the fuck is this
He's like-
sinker this guy is throwing me?" He's like, "That
Yeah.
is crazy."
yeah. He's like the camera guy's kind of nice.
He's like, "Damn, is he throwing cutters and sinkers? What is happening?"
Yeah, it's a good video. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch it.
Is he
Check it out.
better? Is he a better pitcher because he doesn't throw as hard as those other guys?
I mean, his longevity certainly helped. I mean, location. It's the thing. Location versus velocity. He's got like the best location you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I should just stop fucking with this clock.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think it's. I don't think the time has been a problem. You can not
Alright.
fuck with it
That's
anymore.
I'll bring it up if it.
Speaking of,
I thought it would be a bigger problem, but we're kind of cruising a little bit.
We're cruising.
speaking of
All
Maddux,
right,
that's what always pissed me off about Kyle Hendricks. We played the Cardinals. I'm like, how do they not hit this fucking guy?
Yeah, it's the same concept. Just yeah, exactly. All right, Wes. You're
Yeah,
back up.
I am. So you guys all have a pitcher. Y'all have a pitcher, and
All of us have
I
at
don't
least
have any.
one.
I don't have any.
Some of us have three.
Yeah, some of us do. And I might just have to punt pitcher at this point. I might just have to stack the lineup.
Yeah, because that's the thing. You could take with your last 5 picks and still end up with 5 pretty good pitchers, probably.
Yeah, you're right.
And those dumb mouth breathing losers that vote on the polls, they're not even going to pay attention. They're just going to see the hitters.
They're not. They're not. Like I said, I think third base is deep, and I'm good with whoever you guys don't get for the most part. I have a second baseman. I'm going to go with an older guy, but a guy that fucking raked, and I need a first baseman. I think there's a huge drop-off. I'm going to go with Jimmy Fox.
Guy's got great numbers. I think if he didn't play at the same time as Babe Ruth, he would get talked about a whole hell of a lot more. As one of the
Drove
best
in a
ever.
lot of runs.
Yeah. In that era to hit like whatever he hit, like 550 home runs or whatever he hit was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Brody, who did you take? Sorry.
I took Greg Maddux with my last pick.
Oh, okay. I had that. My bad.
So you have one more here, right, Wes?
Yes, he
Yeah.
does.
So my lineup's complete except for catcher and third base and DH. I'm gonna go with Johnny Bench, a catcher.
You got him. You got him right out from under my fucking nose. That would have been who I said the best catcher of all time was. I think he's just a little bit better hitter than Pudge, and I think the defense, they're both pretty elite. Yeah. Okay. Johnny Bench. Well, now I have to scramble here.
Yeah,
We're
put
gonna
that
do
clock
now.
back up.
Panic.
Clock.
Panic.
Fuck. All right, what positions do I need here? I need first base, second base, and catcher, and I guess DH. Well, I mean, I'm pretty certain I'm going to put Babe Ruth at DH, but we'll see, I guess. All right. Jacob, you already have a catch. No, Jacob does not have a catcher. So, just to avoid that, I'm going to go ahead and take Yogi Berra with my next
Interesting.
pick. Another man who has an argument and a claim to the best catcher of all time.
Did a
Some
lot of
pretty
winning.
Good
I'm
numbers.
Sure, one of the few catchers that's won an MVP.
Yeah, I think Johnny Bench might have. I don't think Pudge has.
Maurer,
Joe Mauer. Yeah.
Posey.
Piazza. Did he ever win?
No, he
one?
didn't.
No.
He finished second. I was looking at that earlier. He kind of got fucked that year. He finished second to Larry Walker. They had similar-ish numbers, but he played in Coors. I don't know. I'm just saying.
358 tanks for Yogi. 1,430 RBIs. 830 OPS. Pretty good. Pretty good for a catcher. Lefty stick in the lineup.
A lot.
And yeah. All right, Jacob, you're up.
Let's see here. I'm gonna go very current. I'm gonna take Mike Trout.
Ooh, honestly, kind of surprised he lasted this long.
Not
They all
even shitting you, was considering him or King Griffey Jr. like 3 rounds ago. So
yeah,
I agree.
That's the thing. Once you get your outfielders, it's like you don't really have a spot to put them. But yeah, definitely the best player of this generation by a pretty significant gap. I think the best player of all time talk is cooling off, even though I don't really feel like he's playing that much worse.
No, he's just been kind of injured.
Yeah.
And also he's getting cucked by Ohtani.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, his stats are ridiculous.
Still pretty great.
Yeah. Pretty unbelievable.
Yeah.
If you're into like WAR and shit, he's like already has a higher WAR than like King Griffey Jr. for his career, and like a ton of he's like almost it's like mid 80s in WAR already.
Where do you rank him on all-time right-handed hitters?
Pretty wild.
I mean, he's got to be pretty high up there.
Is he top 5?
Mays, Pujols,
10.
A-Rod.
Like hitters alone, you could get into some territory where you wouldn't really think of, I don't know, like Manny and like Frank Thomas and shit. But
let's take a look at OPS plus all-time leaders.
I mean, are you going to argue that he's better than Miguel Cabrera?
Yes. Yeah,
I think he is.
I mean,
he hits for way more power, I think.
Triple Crown.
I mean, Miguel Cabrera is good. Okay, OPS plus. Trout has the highest OPS plus of any right-handed hitter ever. So,
what is OPS plus?
Yikes!
It is. Here, I can read you the definition.
What exactly is it?
So it basically takes your on-base percentage divided by the league average on-base percentage plus your slugging divided by the league average slugging. So basically,
it's an OPS metric, like for like
how much better you are than the average
consideration
player.
to the league. Yeah.
Okay.
So 100 is average. So I think correct.
He's 176.
Paul Goldschmidt had like 186 last year or something.
Did he lead the league last
season? Yes.
Oh, they 186. Okay.
And so Trout has 176 for his entire career, which is pretty wild, which is the seventh highest. And two of these guys are Negro Leagues players, so kind of like fifth all time.
Okay. So he's
Rogers
good.
Hornsby,
hey, good pick.
8th in OPS plus. So Jacob, he's just fucking racking up OPS plus.
Yeah.
Upset of the century, he's going to end up with the most analytically friendly lineup of the four of us, probably.
Billy Bean over here, modern day.
Yeah.
All the nerds are going to love Jacob's team.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I wore my glasses.
Parker, you've got 2 picks, my friend.
I've got 2 coming. I am in a spot where I got to get some shortstops, third base, second base.
Ball's just going to be flying into the outfield. No one's going to be there to stop it.
Infield's, yeah. I'm going to go, I mean, iconic name. I didn't want to do it with the Cardinals, but Ozzie Smith. Ozzie Smith. I mean.
Okay. I thought you were actually going to say something else there, but okay.
Okay. All right.
I thought you were too.
Little fucking, have fun with that little noodle bat in your 9 spot there. We're going to be hitting bombs.
The wizard.
A show on turf.
Parker said he
values defense.
He's a defense guy.
I value defense. Value defense.
So, defense, folks.
Okay.
How many times do you need to say it? All right.
Yeah. And then I'm actually going to go. This might be a bad take, but Tony Gwynn.
Okay.
Tony Gwynn does have a lot of stats that make you say, what the fuck was that guy's deal?
I can't tell you how long I looked at his stats today.
Crazy. Insane.
Unbelievable.
I think let me.
Unbelievable. Like they're not
Like
going to
his-
pop off this. Like not the main stats aren't going to pop off with home runs.
Shit
hits,
like he didn't like swing and miss for like fucking 6 months or some shit. It's like
Here we go.
His walk numbers.
I got a list here. No, I don't like that list. Crazy ass Tony Gwynn stats. Speaking of Greg Maddux, against Greg Maddux, he hit. What did he hit for his career? God damn.
He like never struck out either.
Hit. Yeah.
Let me just rattle off some batting averages. 394, 370. The most strikeouts he had in a year was 40.
Gross.
In a year with 578 plate appearances.
Disgusting.
I mean, Kyle Schwarber would do that in a week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I was going with. I thought that is maybe like one of the most ridiculous, especially like recently. Like you just don't ever see that.
I thought I was gonna say I thought after Jacob picked Trout, the outfield kind of you could like pick your own adventure type. Like there's no one that was like this guy for sure. There's like maybe some older guys that have some good like WAR like analytical numbers possibly, but I'm fine with Tony Gwynn. He's cool.
He was going to be my next pick.
Against 18 Hall of Fame pitchers, he hit 331, 371 on base, 426 slugging percentage. Only against Hall of Fame pitchers. That's where his stat line.
That's
how did he die?
I don't know.
Didn't he have? Was he the one that got? I thought he got mouth cancer from tobacco. Possibly was that him?
I don't know.
I might have made that up. Oh, I forgot.
Let's see. Yeah, a lot of crazy stats on here. Hit 300 every single year of his career. If he got out 1,180 straight appearances, he would still be over 300 for his career. 45 4-hit games, which is wild. Hit 415 off Greg Maddux for his entire career. Yeah, pretty good. Highest batting average in the expansion era. Much higher than the next high, like 10 points higher than anyone else. That's like since 1960 something. Only player to bat above 350 since World War II. Pretty good.
That's such
yes. He did have a form of cancer in like his mouth or like glands of some sort that he attributed to dipping tobacco, but doctors had not linked that form of cancer to tobacco. For the record.
For the record, guys. All right. Jacob, you're back up.
You picked twice, right? Yeah. Yep. You're up.
I'm going to take Arenado.
Wow. I was not expecting him to get drafted.
I have him on the list.
Platinum gold glove or platinum gloves, 10 straight gold gloves. I think he's gotten a gold glove every year he's been in the league.
Yeah, this is true. I believe he has 4 or 5 straight platinum gloves.
Yeah, just defensively, just a monster. He's a vacuum. I was like this series watching McCutchen just hit some piss rockets to third. He's just sucking them up.
Brody, you might have said that Schmidt was the best defensive third baseman.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Arenado.
Yeah, it's probably wrong. Yeah, it's probably Arenado. He's got a lot of gold gloves, but
yeah,
it's probably Arenado.
So, probably right.
Brody, I have him on the list.
You didn't have him listed. You don't.
No, I was not anticipating him to get drafted. I think because I don't know. Like if we're going off the entire career and the entire resume, there's just a lot of guys that I think have a better claim, probably, just because he hasn't finished his career yet. I think there's 3 or 4 guys that are.
I'm open to it.
Picks.
I was gonna take other players, but I'm fine with it. The trajectory, if it continued at the same pace after 10 years, I'll allow it. And he has left Coors and continued to hit. One of the best third basemen. I think that was in the league for a third baseman. I
think that was a big fuck you to everybody when he just hit so well last year. And they talked about how he wouldn't do as well outside of Coors, and he just was like, "Hey, fuck you! I can still third in MVP voting."
Dude, I still fucking rake.
Yeah, I just think he has no MVPs. He has, I mean, by the end of his career, is he going to be a guy that absolutely gets taken in a list like this? Sure, but we're not there yet, so that's why he wasn't on my list. But I think
Respect.
it's a
Fair.
valid pick.
No MVPs is
All right.
tough.
Yeah, there's just so many third basemen that have either 500 home runs, a couple MVPs, a couple batting titles, et cetera, et cetera.
I don't know if this gives too much away, so you can just plead the fifth. But would you have taken Roland before him, Brody?
No, I
I
wouldn't.
mean, no, I wouldn't have taken either of them. Probably there's just other guys I would have also.
That was more so a Cardinal question than anything.
No, Arenado's better. Scott Rowland's like my favorite player ever, so that's like kind of a bad guy to ask, but no, Arenado's probably a better player. Is a better player, probably not a probably. Okay. So I think there is like one guy, position player left on the list who is like an all-time great first ballot with a bullet type of guy. I'm gonna take Joe DiMaggio with my next pick. I'm gonna throw him out in the outfield. I think another guy who kind of goes under the radar for people of our generation, but
Joe.
I believe he has like the most. Him and Yogi Berra were both on the same teams, has a bunch of World Series, the 56-game hitting streak, obviously. A lot more home runs than you would have anticipated. He also had a few years to the war that he missed, but one of the best pure hitters of all time. Pretty solid defender. I mean, probably a top 20, 25 player period in the history of baseball. So I feel pretty good with him in round 8.
He dunks his donuts.
Yeah, he's a dunker.
He's a dunker. He dunks his donuts. All right. So Wes, back-to-back picks.
Yeah.
Da-da.
Can we get that rolling again, please?
Can I what?
Can we get that timer going, please?
Relax. I've mentioned third base is pretty deep. And you can go with probably 2 or 3 guys here, but I'm going to take my favorite of them all. And I have a ton of lefties in my lineup, so I'm going to take a switchy. I'm going Chip.
Yeah, I think that's a good
I'm going
pick.
Chipper. He's my favorite of the ones left, so I want him on my team. Switch hitter.
He would have been in the discussion if I was going to take a third baseman around this time. I think there's 2 other guys that I would have considered.
You took A-Rod to play short and then took Schmidt as well. You kind of, it is a deep position, but you kind of
That's just good tactical drafting by me.
Kind of fucked us. Yeah, good. Well played. And then I have another pick. I don't have any pitchers yet. I'm not sure if I want to do that. If I want to just keep mashing dingers.
Do you not have? Oh, you have what, 9 guys?
Yep,
No,
I have
8
9.
guys.
Or I have 8. Yeah, I need
8.
a DH and pitchers.
This is round 9, correct?
Yes.
So I have a favorite of these pitchers. Not really. DH can take fucking anybody. I'll take Tom Seaver. Lead the rotation.
Good pitcher. I think that's good value. I think he has an argument for the best pitcher of all time. I think he's in that discussion. He's a guy that when I looked at his baseball reference, was very impressive. Yeah. He's like a guy that my dad always says how good he was, and I was like, sure. Yeah,
Mets legend. He just died recently, or a couple of years or 2 ago, right?
I believe so.
There's a bit of a lot of stuff going around at that time about how great he was when he died. But yeah, pretty sweet.
All-time great.
Kyle Larson won the Martinsville race. I know you were asking.
Okay.
God, I was
on the edge of my seat. If I reacted on the video, if you saw me react to the race, sorry, that's on me. That's my bad, guys. Okay. So I need a second baseman and a bunch of pitchers. Does everyone else have a second baseman? Wes does.
Well, why don't you?
Everyone except for Parker has a second baseman.
I do not.
I don't either, but I guess if this person doesn't get back to me, I'll take someone else and I'll be fine with it. So I'm going to go with a pitcher here. I'm going to piggyback off Wes's thing and take a guy from that era that everyone says was just the most unhittable guy imaginable. Everyone's
who you're gonna
dad
go with.
loved. I'm going to go Sandy Koufax.
Yeah.
With my next
Good pick.
pick. Are one of the best lefty starting pitchers ever. Seems like everyone says he was as good as it got in his prime.
If you're looking like counting stuff or like some other analytical stuff, didn't play that long, so
Yeah,
doesn't
got his career
necessarily
cut a
show
little
up
short.
at the top of a lot of those type of lists. But yeah, awesome pitcher. Jacob, you're up.
I think this guy is the best at his position. And I'm going to go real crazy here. I'm going to go Mariano Rivera. I'm going to get
that
breaking the seal.
I'm going to go with Mariano.
Okay. A little
I don't
early
hate it.
for my taste,
I
but
don't hate
you
it.
know,
I don't hate
he
it.
is the best. He is the
He
best at that position.
Yeah, unquestioned best. That's true. I don't hate it.
Is it a little bit like a kicker in fantasy football? Some would say.
Some are saying.
Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. Some would say.
I'm
One
not
inning
saying
of the
that.
game.
I
I'm
just
not
know if I
saying that.
have a lead going into the 9th, then I feel pretty good. Feel pretty good about it.
All right.
Well-
Parker, you got 2 picks.
Yeah, I got to fill out the infield. Could have went.
I mean, you don't got to, but
And we've all filled ours out, so you can kind of do whatever you want, I guess.
hey,
But
why don't you? What are you fucking trying to hold his hand through this draft?
take whoever you want, Parker. You're a big boy.
I got to get some pop in the lineup.
Get Nolan
Closer.
Gorman.
Closers are going fast.
Yeah, I was actually thinking Fernando Vina at second for myself.
I was looking at Aaron Miles, nice switch hitter, can play a lot of positions.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to
Skip
go
Schumacher, he's on the board.
Kansas City legend George Brett at third
Yeah.
base. I feel like that's the only other third baseman left. That's
Mm,
has everybody gotten third baseman?
we have now, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You were the last. Yeah,
You
would.
could go Brooks Robinson defense, but his offensive numbers aren't George Brett type.
Eddie
but-
Matthews is an older one.
Yeah,
He was pretty
I think
good. Good break.
Either he or
Wade,
Schmidt has the most home runs for a third baseman, I believe.
Wade Boggs. I think Wade Boggs is kind of just worse George Brett. A lot
Yeah,
of
I would agree.
I think Wade Boggs is only liked because of the 80 beers on an airplane.
it's only liked because the Always Sunny episode.
It's true. I mean, it's a great episode.
Yeah,
It's a great episode.
he was pretty good, but yeah,
Yeah. I am gonna go back to pitcher.
you guys seen that clip of George Brett when he's talking about shitting his pants?
Yeah, it's fucking
Highly
funny.
recommend. Very
So
funny.
good.
Like spring training, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go modern day Clayton Kershaw.
Wow.
Yeah, probably the best pitcher of this generation.
He
Very
has
nasty. Very nasty.
Some pretty good stats at this age. So
Who has the most Cy Youngs after Roger Clemens? Roger Clemens has the most. I don't know who's second.
Maddox won like 4 in a row. I think
No.
Maddox.
Clemens
There's
has
a
like
lot.
7, I think.
Yeah, Clemens has the most, and then I think Randy Johnson might have 2 or 3. I think Maddox won 4 in a row though.
I think.
Let's see. Clemens 7, Randy Johnson 5, Maddox 4, an undrafted player 4, Verlander 3. Oh, sorry. Give away another pick. But
Kershaw MVP though.
Carlton
Kershaw
has,
did an MVP.
So did Verlander.
That is true.
Carlton has 4, Verlander has 3. You said that already?
Yeah, I didn't want to say people that weren't drafted yet. Just
Yeah, we don't tip picks.
don't want to tip the picks. All right, Jacob, you are
Jacob, you're
up again. Have you filled out
Nolan
your
Ryan.
lineup? Probably not, right? You took a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
He's taking 3.
And I got my relief
Okay.
pitcher.
Got that out of the way.
I'm gonna go Mad Max Scherzer.
Max Scherzer. All right.
I think his longevity has been something.
I think it's an interesting discussion to say between him, Kershaw, and Verlander. Who's the best of those 3? I think they all have a pretty good case for best guy of this generation. I think it's pretty preference based.
No
For
MVP
whatever
for
reason,
Max.
yeah,
True.
that's true. That's
True.
true. That's true.
All right.
Parker's really stabbing hard with those
Brody,
takes.
you're up. I have
I'm
a
up.
question you're up, Brody.
Okay. He's got a question, he says. Okay. Well, let me take a look at my team here. Let's see who Wes has got. Okay. I think I know what I'm going to do here. Let me look. Let me consult my list here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I looked at that list, checking the Cy Youngs. I'm going to take Steve Carlton, get another lefty in the rotation. Another guy that doesn't really get talked about, but if you peep his stats and you look at his baseball reference, it's pretty insane. I know he's very high up there in all-time strikeouts as well. I think he's like top 5 in strikeouts, 4 Cy Youngs. Probably got the 2 best lefties, well, other than Randy Johnson. 2 of the 3 best lefty starters ever. So
Other than
Wes's team is
Dirty
totally
Randy.
All right,
Plenty
Wes.
of righties. Don't even worry about it. I got plenty of righties.
All right, Wes. What was your question?
So I'm gonna it's just so I can ask it mostly, but I do want both these guys. I'm gonna take Tom Glavine and Justin Verlander.
Okay.
Corner the market on Tom's on the mound. So of the big 3 of this era, who would you want starting Game 7 of a playoff game? Kershaw, Verlander, or Scherzer?
I think Scherzer for my money.
Yeah, right this second.
No, in their prime, I guess.
Just like best version. Like, yeah. Who's your guy?
I think Scherzer's fucking nails. Kershaw's kind of fucking shit in the playoffs.
Is my mind crazy, or has he not been great in the playoffs, Kershaw?
The Cardinals have fucked him up.
Year they won the World Series, he was okay, but for the most part, he's worse in the playoffs than he is in the regular season. Whereas I feel like Scherzer gets better in the playoffs. Verlander also good. Yeah, I would go Scherzer, Verlander, Kershaw for that question.
I also
I'd have to agree.
Took him there so I could ask that question, but we could have done it anyways. We already said his name, but I do like him. All right, go ahead. Back to you.
All right. With my next pick, I'm going to round out my position players, and I'm going to take a guy that is one of the most important players to ever do it, Jackie Robinson, throwing him at second base, baby.
Damn it.
One of the all-time great second basemen.
A nice pandering pick. I get it.
So you want to talk shit about Jackie Robinson? Gil, you have the floor, Wes. If you want to talk shit about how bad Jackie Robinson is and how much you don't like him, you can go ahead. The floor
I'm going
is
to
yours.
jump in and say that he's playing for the audience, but that's just me.
Terrific player. Yeah, he's a pandering piece of shit. You said you were filling out your info. Do you have a first baseman? I don't think so.
No, I don't.
We all have one. So.
Yeah, that's why I haven't taken one yet. But
Brody, do you have everybody's roster? Does anybody have everybody's roster?
Yes,
I do. I have them all here. Right. Yeah, I guess I don't, huh? Okay, well, that's fine. Everyone else has already taken one, so whatever. All right, Jacob, you're up.
I'm gonna get some speed here.
Let's get fast.
I'm gonna take Ichiro.
Okay.
I don't hate that. I had him listed.
He's kind of Tony Gwynn light, sort of. More speed, a little better defense.
He's got a good cannon in the outfield, good arm strength, and you just know he's gonna hustle.
Valid pick.
And I need some of that.
There you go.
Interesting.
All right. I am going to get a little more pop in the lineup as well. Maybe tick Brody off, but
okay. Oh, I know where you're going to go.
Frank Robinson.
Okay. Frank Robinson.
Not talked about a lot.
Crazy baseball reference. Really good player.
Yeah. Triple Crown
All-time
winner.
Great.
Is he going to be your DH?
He's probably getting pushed to DH. He can't play outfield.
Yeah, I think he played a lot of first base, right?
He did play
first base outfield, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have another pick, yeah.
I sure do. That's a good question. I'm going to go second base. I think I got to fill out. Everybody's got a second baseman. Let me switch it up. Go reliever. kind of a wild card. Love the name, so I'm going to go with it. Raleigh Fingers.
Raleigh Fingers.
Yeah.
Raleigh.
Best mustache on the board for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Pretty good stats, too.
Raleigh.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty tough to
Yeah,
hit in his
Pretty
in his day.
disgusting. Okay. Jacob, back to you.
This might be a wild take, but I think this hitter very
that.
under the radar in the steroid era. I'm gonna go Frank Thomas.
Elite hitter. All-time great.
That's can I give a shout out to my friend Brady Knapp, big White Sox guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, he does get a little overshadowed by the Bonds, the McGuires, the Sosas, but he was
I mean, you look at his
incredible.
being as big as he was, like his batting average was also just
Yeah.
good all the
Good
time.
pure hitter, which is rare for a man of that size with that much pop. Okay, well, I think I'll just hold off on a first baseman because I don't think anyone is going to take this person that I want to take. So hopefully I can just take some pitchers here and be okay. Question being, what pitchers do I take? We're getting into the old guys, it kind of looks like. It seems like a lot of old timers that are high on my board here, but will not play very well on the graphic. Okay. Fuck it. Walter Johnson with my next pick. The big train. Why? Why?
Who's that?
Stop it.
Dude, I would fucking take Walter Johnson so fucking deep.
Dude, he threw a hundy. He was
Yeah,
pumping
in video games he throws 100. That guy
Dude,
stunk.
He was throwing a hundy. 2.17
guy
ERA. Played
Stunk.
20-year career, 2.17 ERA. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Wes?
Stop it.
Gave
You
up
disgust
97
me.
home runs for his entire career?
You disgust
Guy's an
me. Yeah, I
animal.
wonder why.
Yeah, because he was great. Led the
he-
league in strikeouts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
He was-
11, 12 times.
He was playing local fireman. Is why.
303 strikeouts in a season?
He was playing the postman.
Oh my gosh, Wes. Two-time MVP?
Polo Grounds where the center field's 550 feet.
Well, who cares if he's striking you out? Doesn't care. He could play with no outfield. Doesn't matter.
Unbelievable.
Blitzball.
Walter Johnson. Get fucked, everybody. Suck my
Yeah.
dick.
No, dude, your war's going to be out of control.
Yeah. No, I'm going to have a really good team. You're all going to be real sorry. All right, Wes. Mr. Big Brain. Who are you going to take?
Who'd you take with Justin Verlander earlier? You took another pitcher?
Tom Glavine.
Tom Glavine.
Lefty.
Tom Glavine. Third best pitcher on his team. What a joke.
Who do I want? I don't know.
Everybody from now on just sucks. Like, there's no good players left. And it's deep in the draft.
Yeah, we drafted every good player that's ever played in the MLB, I think. We're at round 12. There's nobody left.
I don't fucking know. I couldn't. Yeah, I don't know.
Run the timer so I can get it going.
I'll go with. I don't know if I want him or him. I'll throw the old DH in there, maybe. Ooh, talk about a pandering pick. Here we go. I'll take Roberto Clemente.
Someone had to.
I don't
Great
want to get
stats.
canceled for not taking him. Oh yeah,
Great stats. I mean,
Good
he does
hitter.
have a wall built after him.
true.
People
It
forget.
makes sense. It makes sense that
And many
you guys took the
bridges.
that you guys you want to get to everybody out there, all ethnicities.
Well,
Your pod.
we're a well represented pod,
Yeah.
of course. Oh yeah, I've got another pick.
Of course.
I just don't know.
How many more picks do we all have? Do we all have three
Many.
more?
I have 4 more.
We all have 4 more picks?
I have 3, pretty sure.
I think we all have 3 more. We've all taken 12 players. We're taking
Oh, you're right.
15,
You're
right?
You're right. I missed a guy.
Okay.
Come on, guy.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, all these pitchers, I could just take an old and just copy Brody and just take an old.
Yeah, take an old. I mean, there's one of these olds I feel like needs to be taken by somebody, right? Maybe not. There's this one old that's on the board that, you know.
I don't want him, but I'll take him.
You don't have to take him. It's your draft.
Would really play well on the graphic. I could pander.
It's a great pander pick.
I'll take Cy Young.
Yeah, come on down. 500 fucking
Let's
wins.
go,
baby.
dude.
Most innings pitched by like 1,000 innings or something.
I'm
stupid
pitching a
like
doubleheader today and again tomorrow.
Oh, he threw more innings than the softball pitcher. The guy was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, they named the award after him, folks.
You know you're doing something right.
Okay.
Had to do it.
So I need a first baseman, a starting pitcher, and a relief pitcher. So,
I'm interested to see who you take at first base.
I know who I'm going to take. I think I'll just wait. Because people need starters. Is every starter on my list here been taken?
That'd be a real shame.
I thought I did this in such a way. Yeah, I thought I did this in such a way that would not happen. Was I wrong? Am I stupid?
Could have had someone take him as a DH.
No, he's talking pitchers.
Yeah.
I thought on first base. Well,
my pitchers.
They could also bat.
True. Did you have Babe Ruth?
He did have Babe Ruth.
No, I didn't. None of my fucking pitchers. I'm not a fucking loser.
Brody, I'm going to give you a sec here if you don't mind, and because I don't think this guy's going to be taken. But you mentioned the Game 7 pitcher. Who do you want? Where does Bumgarner go in those top 4?
Dude, he stinks.
The playoffs. I'm talking like when you're talking when he was primed up from what they went in 10, 12, and 14.
He just annoys the shit out of me. Yeah, he pitched very well during that time.
He's a psycho.
I think he's a huge douchebag. But yeah, I mean, he
where does he go?
He basically carried him to that one of the 3. He pitched like 3 or 4 games. He came in relief in the last game. I think he might have closed it out. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he would be behind those guys for me. But yeah, he definitely won them that one of those World Series for sure.
Not to make this a golf podcast, but we have a playoff going on here, folks.
Oh, who's in it? I know
Jordan Spieth and Matt Fitzpatrick.
Wow.
Playoff.
Is that
do it for America.
CBS.
Probably on CBS.
Okay, I appreciate everyone filibustering for me for all that time. I think I am going to take. I think I've been over a minute, haven't I? Let's see here. Yeah, let's go with Bob Feller. Let's throw some fucking Chad.
Bob Feller, baby.
Guy threw gas. Guy debuted when he was like 18 years old. I think he threw a no-hitter when he was like 19 years old. Guy is a fucking legend. Fought in WW2. Show him some goddamn respect.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Jacob, you are up again.
Let's see here. Man. I'm gonna pickle.
It's getting tight.
Yeah. I'm actually I'm gonna go more recent. 2-time Cy Young. RIP to the guy. But I always thought he was really good. I'm gonna go Doc Holliday.
Roy Halladay. I about took him. He was in consideration for my final pick there. I think that's
no hitter in the playoffs. People forget that.
That game,
playoffs.
like the Cardinals Phillies when Carp and Roy were on the mound was just it's one of my favorite baseball games to go rewatch.
Quite the duel.
Good one.
All right, Parker, your last two picks. So make sure you don't fuck up and not fill a position, right?
No, he should have three. He should have three.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have three.
You have three more. Sorry.
Don't scare me like that.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go all. I mean, at this point, everybody has mostly the same stats. Can't go anything crazy. So I'm gonna go all time names. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna have to go with Gaylord Perry.
Gaylord Perry.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys got good numbers. I don't know a ton
He does
about
have good
Gaylord,
numbers,
but
I think he's got a
I hear his
couple
name a lot.
couple Cy Youngs.
Played forever, if I'm not mistaken. Played a very long time.
2-time Cy Young.
Hey, that's pretty good. Not many can say that.
No.
How many times?
2-time.
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 Shout out to Booker T. 5-time.
And let's see, to round out.
You have one more pick after this.
Yeah. We'll round out. I think I'm going to go pitching staff. All-time name. I'm going heavy lefties, but Lefty Grove.
Lefty Grove. Yep. I'm thinking about him too. I think he's kind of his generation. One of the best, if not the best.
Yeah.
I think we got one. I don't know what everyone's starting pitching numbers are at. There's one old guy that's not going to get taken. It's like an all-time great probably, but whatever. All right, Jacob, you're back up for your second to last pick. Everyone double check. Make sure you're filling out your roster correctly.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to fucking...
I need a shortstop and a catcher, and I think from my understanding is you all three have shortstops already. So
that's correct.
Correct.
I'm going to be fucking biased again. I'm going to take Yachty behind the plate. 5-time.
Javier Molina.
9-time Gold Glove. I think he's got 2 platinums. Not a great hitter, but I got hitting. I need somebody to manage this elite starting rotation.
Dude, manage the staff.
Manage the staff. All right.
Brody's back to you.
Pick.
Almost went with Benji, but I went with Yachty instead.
Okay. Since I can get my first baseman with my last pick, I think. Well, I have 2 guys. If one of them gets taken, I'll take the other one. So I'm going to go I'm going to go closer. I'm going to go with a guy who was at one time the all-time saves leader. I'm going to go Trevor Hoffman for my closing pitcher. A circle change in the history of the game, some people are saying.
Yeah, some do say.
All right, Wes, these are your last 2 picks. I'm not
correct.
jumping the gun here. Okay.
Correct. I'll go. Who am I going to go?
Who's he going to go?
What are
Drop in the comments.
I need a starter and then a closer.
Starting pitchers, it's like a lot of older guys left that you're kind of like, I don't know. I'm just kind of look at their baseball reference.
I'll go Warren Spahn, I suppose.
Yeah. Get you a lefty. He had a bunch of strikeouts. It's probably not a bad pick.
And then I'll go Eck.
Dennis.
He had some crazy stats too that I didn't know about.
He won a fucking Cy Young as a reliever, which is fucking bullshit and really stupid, but he did.
Hey, so did Raleigh Fingers, just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Before you send this back the other way, so did Eric Gagne, I believe.
I think you're right.
Considered him.
Wow.
Considered him.
I was looking at
favorite relief pitchers.
Yeah.
Didn't Eckersley had some crazy stats? What was it? Maybe it wasn't him. Maybe it's Mariano, but like 1 home run in like 70 appearances.
Yeah,
that's
sounds
insane.
Right. And I think the streak was that one in the World Series. Kirk Gibson hit that home run off him when he pumps his fist when he's like he had a broken leg.
Was it him? Was it him or Raleigh Finger? I think it was Eckersley that was the first feel like kind of like created the closer role. I think that was him.
I don't know. I mean,
Like the
Raleigh
Started
Fingers-
as a starting pitcher.
yeah.
Yeah.
Got his autograph.
Yeah, I believe
Dennis
it was him.
Eckersley?
He was one of the first to.
But didn't Raleigh Fingers like played before him though? I don't know. But yeah, it could have been.
Maybe it was Raleigh first. Either way, I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
Not a historian. Clearly,
None of us are. That's why we're doing this draft. Okay, so with my last pick, I'm going to go with first baseman. I'm going to go with a big, hard-hitting lefty. I'm going to go Willie McCovey with my last pick of the draft. Big-time light tower power, 521 tanks in his career. Feel pretty good about Willie McCovey with my last pick.
Interesting.
Not on my list.
Might have taken Miguel Cabrera over him.
Yeah, I wanted a lefty.
Might have taken Jim Tomei over him.
Nah, I'd take McCovey, I think.
Buys his
'Cause-
vehicles in Morton, Illinois.
True.
Illinois finest.
From Peoria.
Peoria legend.
McCovey a little bit better defensively because I would need him to play first. So put him over the top for McCovey for me.
Okay.
Does anyone need hitters still? I'll just wait till we're done
Jacob,
before
they
I
both
talk
do.
about this.
I have one more.
I do
Okay,
Yeah, shortstop, second
Jacob,
base.
you're up.
too.
He's gonna do it.
Yeah. I don't really want to.
Well, hold on. Let me see. What position do you need? Shortstop?
Oh, he's
I mean-
absolutely doing it.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. I'm gonna take. I like my leadership. I'm gonna take the captain.
Yeah,
Eric
fucking
Jeter. I'm gonna let
Jeets, baby. Eric Jeter. I mean, with your last pick, it's not a terrible pick.
I mean,
Could be worse.
Number 2. Okay, yeah, Parker, go ahead. We can round this out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I probably have the best 1-2 punch up the middle defensively. Roberto Alomar at second base.
Roberto
Great guy.
Alomar. Yeah. Piece of shit. Good baseball player.
Hey, we're not here. We're not the.
We're
not
here to
the
win
police.
ball games, folks.
Yes.
He played in like fucking 1700s. Honus Wagner was not taken, correct?
Nope. Neither was
Nope.
Ernie Banks.
Neither
I thought
Ernie Banks. I would have taken Banks over Jeter. I think Jeter is fucking
Only shortstop with
overrated.
500 home runs, I believe. Like, unless you count A-Rod, I guess.
No one took
Yeah.
Ty Cobb, right?
No
No,
one took Ty Cobb, which is a little surprising. No one took Pete Rose.
Pete
I
Rose.
took
Yeah.
him.
no.
Pitchers I had like Dizzy Dean, Phil Nerco, Grover Alexander. If you want an old guy.
Jacob took Yachty. No one took Mike Piazza.
No one took Mike Piazza, which
Not
I
a
was.
big
a little-
Piazza guy.
That dude's great.
Who else? Who were some of the big misses? I think the pitchers. We went pretty deep on the pitchers. I don't think there's a ton of guys that you
thought
could be too upset
Christy
about.
Mathewson wasn't taken. Kurt
Yeah.
Schilling, Don Drysdale, Hal Newhouser.
Yeah, Necro, like Parker said. I
Yeah,
think
Necro.
is
Ortiz and McGuire. I thought they could have gone as DHs possibly.
yeah. I think. I
Tim
imagine
Lincecum,
we're all little. Yeah,
2 Cy Youngs.
Yeah. 2 Cy Youngs. People do forget.
I did fully come in here expecting Jacob to take Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, it's just the two-way thing doesn't really help you in this like it does on a real baseball team, you know?
You could have just put him as an outfielder though.
Yeah, but if you do that, then he's like a lot
Don't.
worse than the other great outfielders. You know what I mean?
Don't get him as a pitcher. Like it doesn't.
He's a
Manny
good
Ramirez. I thought Manny Ramirez might get
Manny.
taken.
Yeah, looking
Miggy.
back,
Reggie Jackson.
I really wanted Frank Thomas to be my DH, and I took Clemente because I was like, I don't fucking know. Probably should have taken either. Probably should have taken Manny. I guess I don't know. He's probably just a better like pure
A
DH.
Yeah.
Or
Most
maybe, like,
postseason home runs all
Cabrera.
time.
I don't know.
Okay. So
now. I feel good going into the lineup change.
don't go away. I'm going to edit this together. We're going to do a quick break. We're going to put together our lineups and our batting orders, and then we are going to come back. So that's going to start right now. All right, we are back. We have constructed the lineups after a long, painstaking deliberation. We've gone over all of it, and now we're going to break it down real quick, and then we're going to get out of here. I guess we'll go in order of selection. So I guess we'll pull up Wes's first here. Make sure you're going over to the
Let's do
YouTube,
it.
checking it out, seeing the lineup here. Wes, you wanna break it down?
Yeah, I can break it down. So I think, in my humble opinion, and I planned it this way, I think I have the best lineup. I think I do have the best lineup. You guys definitely took pictures before me. I think my lineup is the best, though. The only problem is the sometimes I like to every other left, right, left, right. Didn't really work out with this team, just based on the hitters I ended up with. But leading off, Joe Morgan, second base. Ted Williams, people forget, bad fielder, one of the best hitters of all time. He's batting second. He's going to DH. Barry Bonds, left field. Jimmy Fox, first base. RBI machine. I think he's going to have a lot of chances with Bonds walking in front of him. Ken Griffey Jr. fifth, center field. Chipper at third. Cal short. Johnny Bench at catcher. And Clemente Roman right field.
Thoughts, opinions, likes, dislikes? I think I mean, I'll double check everyone else's. I think I'd agree. I think you have the best lineup. You did wait on the pitching staff, so that may hurt you. No, I mean, I like it.
I think
you don't have a lot of speed.
Yeah, I wouldn't say there's a ton of speed. A little with Griffey, and then obviously Morgan stole a bunch of bases. He's going to lead off. I would say if you're thinking about it like voters' perspective, just checking out a team, they're going to weigh the lineup heavier, in my opinion. Like all these pitchers are kind of hard to separate, like Seaver and like Cy Young and Warren Spahn. Like I don't know, they're like kind of all the same.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I kind of approached it that way. I would say I maybe reached on Joe Morgan, but I'm really happy to have him as the second baseman. I said during the draft I thought he was the best second baseman, and there were definitely better just like overall hitters available at the time, but I wanted him at second base. And yeah, wish I had Frank Thomas at DH, but I have Ted Williams at DH and Clemente in the outfield. So it is what it is. I do think my lineup's the best, but definitely not the best rotation.
Jacob, Parker, any thoughts?
Definitely got some well-known names, which is going to help boost his ratings, I guess I would say, for the who's got the best team. So, that's what I'll say.
Yeah,
but I do like it.
I mean, some people call Ripken a little overrated. He's one of the best hitting shortstops of all time. So happy to have him too. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Couple slip ups, but I'm pretty happy with it.
I think Ted Williams 2 at 2 and Bonds 3 back to back. That's tough. It's tough to
pretty hot. You could nitpick that you start 3 lefties, but I'm not gonna bat like Ripken second and move Ted. I mean, those are my best hitters, so I just put him at the top. That's really the only thing I suppose too.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
Not a lot of notes. All right. Moving on to me. All right. Yeah, I'll just get right into it. Leading off, like I said during the draft, the greatest leadoff hitter to ever live in left field, Ricky Henderson. He's going to be on base, and then he's going to be on second base, and then he's going to be on third base, and there's nothing you can do about it. So get ready for that. In the 2-hole, the best center fielder, maybe the best player to ever play the game, Willie Mays. 3-hole, again, you could also argue the greatest player to ever play the game, the Big Bopper, the great Bambino, Babe Ruth, A-Rod, the do-it-all guy over there at shortstop. An absolute cheat code to get him at the shortstop position, batting cleanup. Big Willie McCovey to break up the righty-lefties. A lot of pop in that 5-hole at first. Joe DiMaggio, how much better can you get hitting 6th? I mean, Joe DiMaggio in the 6-hole, what are you going to do with that? Mike Schmidt at third base hitting 7th. Yogi Berra behind the dish, and Jackie Robinson to turn the lineup over down there at the 9-hole at second base. I like my lineup too. I think my lineup is also pretty good. I think me and Wes definitely weighted on pitchers more than Parker and Jacob did.
Yeah.
I'm not too upset with my rotation. I think Parker's and Jacob's rotations are certainly better, but I'm pretty happy with my lineup and how it worked out.
Yeah, I would say that I think you could argue. I don't think there's any argument between Bonds and Mays first, but I think after that, A-Rod at short, specifically at short, just based on position, is the third most valuable in this draft. So I think that's one of the bigger strengths for the most part. First base is kind of, you waited, what was one of your last picks, but got a big bopper in there. But yeah, pretty solid overall. Jackie's a little light hitting, I suppose. I don't know. A lot of speed at the bottom though to turn it over. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, I felt like both of you guys got probably the top player at each position at least 4 or 5 times, just based off position players.
Yeah.
So,
I agree with that.
yeah, kind of about what you said with pitching. So, those lineups look nice. I see that, and I look at mine. I'm sweating my 6 through 9 batters. So, that's all right.
Yeah,
All right.
Fine.
Pitching
it's
wins
fine.
Postseason, baby.
Yeah.
I don't feel terrible about my pitchers. Walter Big Train Johnson. All the viewers love Big
Yeah,
Train, so
they love that.
they're voting for that. Seeing him as your 4th starter, are you kidding me?
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I got a bad feeling people are gonna look at my rotation. They're not gonna know who the last 3 guys I picked even are. So that might be a problem for some people.
But will they get that far? Here's the question: will they get that far?
Yeah, will they
I
even
don't
look
know.
down there? How many people
I don't
will
know.
even realize that that's on the graphic down there?
Yeah, it's true.
I'm hoping they don't. All right,
Yeah.
moving on. Parker Day.
Yeah. Let's just like I said, 6 through 9 got a little wonky. I will say the pitching staff, that's the bread and butter right there. So a lot of gritty guys. I think you talked about Jacobs guys being in a bar fight. I mean, would you want to face the big unit and Roger Clemens
All
in
grit.
a bar?
Yeah. I mean, the 1-2 punch of the
So-
unit and Clemens. That's a lot of Cy Youngs.
You
On
don't
top
want to
of-
see Gaylord in a dark alley either.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, just imagine Raleigh Fingers rolling up with the getaway car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kidding?
There's
But,
a reason they call them fingers.
Yeah. I'll move on from that. Yeah, I'm going to lead it off with Mr. On base Tony Gwynn. I mean, not a lot of speed, maybe you might say, but I mean, he's getting on base, and that's the name of the game. So I think that's probably the best guy on this list to get on base. Someone argued that with me.
I think him, Bonds, and Ricky are the 3 guys. And
Yeah.
Ty Cobb, who didn't get drafted. But
Yeah.
Good point.
Fuck
good point.
Ty Cobb.
But yeah, Tony Gwynn leading off. I do kind of have the West lineup where it's left, right, fairly in the middle of the lineup. I do have a couple switch hitters at the end with Alomar and Smith, but going Tony Gwynn, Lou Gehrig, Hank Aaron 3rd, Stan Musial 4th, Frank Robinson 5th. And I got George Brett, Ivan Rodriguez, Roberto Alomar, and then Ozzie Smith. So I have a punch right there, 2, 3, 4. I feel really good about, but a little light at the end. That's where I'll leave it.
I would
That's really
say in my head, they're very much the same player. I don't know why. I picture Stan Musial as a 2-hitter and Gehrig more of a 4-hitter, but they're kind of the same player.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know
Pat
that
left-handed.
That, is,
Yeah.
that doesn't really matter.
I was actually
Yeah,
thinking
it was pretty. I
Doesn't
think
really matter.
Gehrig had a little bit better speed than usual, just based off stolen bases.
Yeah, and he
Could
hit
be
like
wrong.
340. Musial, they also they both hit like the same amount of home runs and like the same average. So it is
Not
whatever.
to,
Doesn't matter.
Not to punch myself.
Yeah,
shoot myself in
Talk
the foot
shit on
here,
your own
but,
team.
But my outfield defense alignment is just
Yeah.
unbearable. It's not good.
That was-
but up the middle, behind the plate, infield defense is probably best out there. Maybe.
Probably you got the. You have the Wizard Alomar. Yeah, probably. I would say so.
But outfield, let's not talk
I would
about
probably
that. Let's move
put-
on.
Probably put Gwynn in center. Maybe I don't know. I don't know that much about Frank Robinson, to be honest. Other
Yeah,
than he
it
has
was.
like wild hitting stats. I don't know anything about his defense, but
It was a pretty much close my eyes and who wants to play
yeah,
center.
throw him out there. Hey, who cares if no one can hit the ball? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
Randy and Roger, a lot of K's.
It's true.
Yep.
Yeah, the outfield defense. That was the big thing for me that I
think-
saw with your
I think
team.
you're a little hard on the bottom of the order. I mean, Ozzy's obviously a disaster, but like Pudge is one of the better hitting catchers of all time. Robert Alomar, great 2-way player. I mean, Ozzy, probably the worst hitter drafted,
Fair.
I would say,
Fair.
but the best fielder maybe drafted. So,
But he's the
you know,
wizard. You had to
Yeah,
draft
he
him.
is the wizard, and you're a homer, so I'll allow it.
That's true.
No further notes.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Jacob, take it away.
Yeah. I love my
Speaking of
rotation.
homers,
I love my rotation. But leading off is Ichiro in left. Right. Rogers Hornsby at second. 358 career hitter. Get on base, dude. Pujols at first and third. Mantle in left. Mike Trout in center. Frank Thomas, DH. Arenado at third. Yachty catching and Jeter at short. Yachty might be worse than Ozzie hitting wise. He's slower than Snot, but having Arenado hit seventh, I don't hate it. But
I do stand corrected. Yachty is the worst hitter drafted, right?
I feel
maybe the best fielder drafted.
But I actually do feel pretty confident overall.
Okay.
Huge
get. I mentioned him a few times. Frank Thomas. I wanted him. Huge get for you on Frank Thomas because you kind of lack a little thump, I would say, just like compared to the rest of the teams. Maybe
Pujols and Mantle having over 1,200.
Pretty good
home run or just in.
And then Trout and Thomas. It helps. It helps. Yeah, pretty good.
I don't know what Hornsby was speed wise, but
yeah, I don't know. He was a great hitter. He's on the team to fucking hit, get on base.
You definitely have the most flexible team. You could
a lot of on base.
Throw out a lot of different lineups with those guys.
Yeah,
I felt like.
And I like the chance of Ichiro getting on, and if he can get a stolen base, easily scoring on a base hit, or if Hornsby hits a double, easily scoring on that.
A lot of on base. Yeah.
I think I would like this team a lot more, and you said you didn't like him, if Mike Piazza was your catcher instead of Yadier.
Yeah, for sure.
Getting another big power bat would put this crew over the top for me.
Or Ernie Banks. I mean, he was available with the last pick. Derek Jeter.
Or if you had both of them, your team would look pretty nice.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, Bob Gibson, pretty good. Scherzer, Holiday. Yeah, I like the rotation. Mariano Rivera, you can't close games if you're just losing. This team fucking stinks. So you're never gonna be ahead, so you can't close games.
You don't mean that.
I know. You were the first person to take a starter and a closer. So who'd you take? Gibson first, right?
Yeah, I took him in the third round.
First person to take an active player.
How many active players were drafted?
Let's see.
Arenado and
Trout, and that's it, right?
Well, pitchers: Scherzer, Verlander, Kershaw.
Yeah, 5.
Okay.
Let's look.
I think that's it.
West took 1. Took Verlander, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I took 0.
Yeah.
I took Kershaw.
And Parker took Clayton Kershaw. Yeah, there's no other current players that I think were like.
No, I considered Cabrera.
Right.
Yeah.
For my DH.
I forget he's even actually active still.
He just hit a walk-off this week.
Really?
Okay.
Single.
Well,
still.
you now have your visuals, folks. For those on the YouTube, for those listening as well, go over to. You're gonna post this on Instagram.
I'm gonna post it on Instagram. It'll probably be I'll give it 24 hours after this comes out, just to not spoil for people that want to watch and listen. So just be on the lookout on the Instagram. There will be a poll. Make sure you vote for your favorite team. We appreciate it. This has been very fun, gentlemen.
Very fun. Love drafting shit.
Love drafting shit.
Love hanging with the boys drafting shit. Thanks for joining. We'll have to do maybe we talked doing like players since like 1980 or something, because we didn't see a lot of these guys play. So that could be maybe some more discussion points rather than drafting like players from 1920. But that'll be another show.
Yeah. Thanks for popping my podcast cherry.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
You did great.
Good stuff.
Hey,
you did
appreciate
great.
that.
You held your own. All right, folks. That's it. That's all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, rate it 5 stars. We'll see you in the next one.